Hey there. I just realized that I jumped the gun. My lectures are out of order. At least the last couple are. This chapter that we've been dealing with in lecture 1, week 5, should have actually taken place next week. So, what I'm going to do is post this in week 6 as a wrap up lecture uh, to really not much of a lecture, more of a ending explanation. We ended kind of on a sour little experience, and I kind of hate that. But I just want to talk to you briefly, um, very briefly, and may not actually have but this one little short daily here um, for chapter 10. So, uh, and this is going to really, hopefully, just make it, just make you think. So it's kind of rambling on here a minute. But this will most likely be the only lecture that I give you for week 6 because I don't want to skip ahead too much further because the next week lecture is a little more involved. Okay, does all that make sense? Hope it does. Sound like I've been out in the sun too long, don't I? I want to go ease over into the takeaway points. Before I do that, if you are um, if you're counseling somebody that has had a traumatic experience, and I don't want to beat a dead horse, but that situation that I described to you in the last lecture, I would like to, as a professional, um, and there's no way I can do it, make contact with those two girls and just see what their mental health is at this moment. Um, my guess is it's pretty damaged, which is kind of obvious, unless they were fortunate enough to have been taken to. Sorry about moving the computer. Fortunate enough to have been taken to counseling for that. This family was not particularly well off. They were lower middle class, if that, and it was kind of a dysfunctional family with that father being in the merchant marine, and very seldom was he home. So they probably are, if they're still with us on this earth, they would be. You can do the math. They would be middle aged by now, I'm sure. Uh, so that's something to consider. The depth of that, the length of time that somebody deals with something like that before they seek counseling, if they ever even do. So the asking questions um, about all kinds of topics related to this is going to be probably one of the hardest things that you do in terms of being comfortable with it, depending on how comfortable you are yourself. And I mentioned the takeaway points. The idea is that you're you are the best person for your child to come to for this. They're going to hear all kind of stuff on the street. We all did. We all still do. And the majority of that, when you're young, is misinterpreted. It's sensationalized, and basically, it's by and large wrong. So you need to, as a parent, uh, be the be the bright light in their life as far as educating them in this kind of touchy area for some people. So you're attitudes, your perceptions, anything that you have related to this approach is going to be ammunition for you to use to help them with something that's pretty downright confusing for most people. So that's a shorty. I'm going to look some things up, I think, and post those in a lecture this week. And let's see how this moves forward. And then we'll pick back up on schedule next week with the correct chapter so it matches up with your syllabus. I apologize for the confusion. And I know some of these lectures are, oh my gosh, here we go again kind of lectures. But I don't really like to give you a lot of information because I prefer you to read it and do your own analysis. Grad school is all about analytical and critical thinking. So there you are. How's that? Short and sweet. Talk to you real soon.